Oh, who lives in the pipe? So who the fuck was that?
Who lives in the Epstein under the sea?
Unreal. Okay. Here we are. What are we doing?
Your mom. So we were doing an investigation last time, and we kind of just stopped. We really didn't do much last stream. We were just literally investigating. 2 people got double, so a double murder happened, and we're just kind of just investigating. Gathering as much clues as we could get before we had to do the trial.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's hope we can get to the trial. Or at least get end towards the trial.
Knowing this game, there'll be tons of yapping before we get to the trial.
This is true. This is in a room for patients. It looks more like an on-call room for the hospital staff. But all this cluttered medical equipment makes it look like a storage room. Why was the first line out loud, but this line in like monologue in my head?
He's just built like that.
He's a built. This is the only on-call room. Working at a hospital must be tough work. So if a room like this exists, that means there used to be people here, right? Seriously, what the heck is going on? Why is he? Oh my lord. Okay. Okay. I can observe. There you go. I was trying to figure out how to do that. There's a bed. That was fucking stupid. Equipment and nursing tools. There's a lot of medical stuff. Okay. This was useless. This is a waste of my time.
You know the vibes.
I wish I didn't. Can I go in here? I don't think so. Nope. Okay. Go to the lobby, I guess. My third eye salon or something. Pretty sure we talked to him already.
Oh no, have we?
We have. Yeah, we did. So why is it saying there's something in the lobby for us? I guess we'll never know. We were already there. Should we check out the motel? How the fuck do you fast travel? Oh. If only, bro, I wish I knew that the last 2 fucking streams.
So you're a little stupid.
I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms of the whole hotel. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. It might be faster just to ask somebody. Yo, dickhead, you know where the room is?
So you have appeared. Yo, Bumpton Babanka.
Yo, Bomboclat. Bomboclat?
I'm sorry. You're here, right? Come on out.
Huh?
I'm in a duel, that's why I didn't.
You talking to me?
Go for it. I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that?
I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whoever god you hold there, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear.
How does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? Yo, little boy, tell me something.
Damn right.
Nowhere?
Sorry, I walked away to go look at the internet.
That's funny.
I was like, what do you mean? While they're talking to him. And then he whispered to me, hey, Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body?
It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery not been made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Shiaki at this motel, and while we were about to go back to the music venue,
Get it?
You met up with Mikan and me.
yeah, when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
No, but now door and discovered Yoko's body suddenly did.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey,
This whole what? We arrived at the hotel. Who else saw you besides Chiaki?
As I recall, what the fuck was that? What was that reverb?
Reverb.
Oh, it could be. Did you intended? To spread lies like Nagato in order to confuse us all. Yeah, I won. Yes, I can focus now.
Besides
Oh my
Shiaki,
fucking
I also saw Gundam in one of them. Gundam was kind of fucking free spazzing out something about winning a duel, not being sent to the Shadow Realm or
I
something.
see.
In the movie, what was going on?
I don't know what happened with her. She tried to copy T-Pain or something, but it went horribly wrong.
Don't think so, Ma. Luigi and Sonya didn't appear.
Do you think those two are sussy blackos?
Like,
Well, Yoko was killed, got another body. Now, who else is big kitty? Between the time you sold Yuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? Obviously, those two are supposed to be. They weren't with us.
That might be it.
I-
But we're at it. Tried to fly outside. Morning home now. But the morning Monokuma now woke me up. I went straight to the hospital. So Mikan handed me in front of the hospital. I asked him what's going on. He said, "He
Guess who's on YouTube at home? So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
well, yeah.
So you were circling the island and came to the hotel, so you guys there.
Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well,
No. But, that, Are you implying I don't have an alibi? Because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt. The time that Mikon and I were on our own looking for you wasn't very long. That's a short time. There's no way I could kill Hyoko and wrap her around the pillow.
It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is, Hyoko was killed when we discovered her body.
huh?
What? You still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I mean, but that's true. I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. Don't worry. Just doubt me. I don't plan on thermal casing in concrete.
I want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that.
Camera?
It's just the cameras. Looks like it's locked, but the key was inside your kimono. Maybe I use this. Oh. It opened just as I thought. This key was Kyoko's room key. What else would that key go to? So Hyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like room, but I feel a little conflicted. Wait, woman, jump scared.
My.
Who was
No
doing-
one's seen her, and now she's still in the room.
That's what I'm saying. Who's the white woman again?
Yuka.
Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What, did something happen? No, it is just... I am sorry to believe it's meant to be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? Alright, let's check the sink. Oh, there's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way I don't use this.
No.
Why are you saying no like that?
You didn't want to be caught.
No.
That's a rare pool, bro. Rare pool.
Rare pool.
You got Mexican
Don't look at that.
How do we gamble again?
There's no gambling. Oh.
Okay, I remember how. Now's not the time.
I might be cooked.
This bed isn't messed up. It doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep.
I might be cooked.
Might be. The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the disparity disease, so she was cautious of you guys too,
However-
right? However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that, it's a disease. What if the reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I thought it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Flashback, flashback! Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash.
Yo, who voiced this character?
Me? Or the gremlin? She's not speaking right now. Oh.
But if this is a
Noah.
flashback. Yeah, Noah. Yo, it's your chance.
She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower. But then she could not tie her sash anymore. My hero is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it.
No, never mind.
Nope. Hit or miss. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiro. That's Mahiro kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it. Especially since Mahiro taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say? I said it was Bumble clobbering time.
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Bumble clap.
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it!
Anja.
Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
You know what's funny? The one time you could actually voice her again, she has her own fucking line.
So the voice actor comes in clutch.
This voice.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror?
She looks so fucking pathetic here.
Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful.
Okay, so what I'm gonna guess is someone at the music venue hall, someone was telling or recording that Ibuki to kill herself now, low tier god style. Hiyoko came in, and then she got caught. Wrong place, wrong time.
Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me
It
out.
cannot be.
Could it be? Hiyoko remembered that? Or you say she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was led by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident, or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. Nobody knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. I don't see anything else that looks sussy. There's no signs that someone made a mess of her rooms, and I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. It's time for the trial?
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP!
That was so fast.
I'll see you soon!
It's already time? So, this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The real reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth. The only thing I can do is go, because that's my ninja way.
That's my nigga way.
You said it, not me! You said it, not me, brother.
My nigga way. Leave it!
Date Bayo!
Datebayo, bitch!
Boyo!
I think that's my theory, that someone wanted to kill Ibuki by telling them to hang herself. Hiyoko came at the wrong time, and they had to kill her too. Soon enough.
Welcome!
That makes no sense, though, because we saw the body the first time and she wasn't there.
We saw the body the first time, but I'm guessing they just hid the body and then tied her up. How many people need to see the body in order for a class trial to start?
I don't remember. I think it's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3. At least I counted.
Is everybody here?
Yeah, oh my god.
Honestly, now. Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey, Pony right there!
Monomi's such a dumb
You
child.
criminal scum!
You criminal scum.
What? Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister. You should have few brain cells.
Hey! Maybe a little retarded.
A little.
You're fucking retarded. You gotta extra call me, homie.
Hey, hey! Totally incorrect. My brain works fine. Come on. What did you do to me? Come on. Yo, why your ass out?
Don't worry about it. Looks good. I see. So you've come to a...
A friend? What the fuck you think I am? I'm an adventure? That's fucking died.
Sounds like these things.
Sounds like a lot of.
Hoopla.
Anyway,
Sounds like a lot of.
Hoopla! Anyway, Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today. Let's just say he's absent.
bye-bye.
Now then, we just gotta go.
I won't let you.
To escape. Hey, hey.
Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about that. There's no way Nekomaru's dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Hey, it's working. It's working. I'll tell you what. That shit working.
Of course he's not dead.
I haven't done her voice in a minute. There's no way. Not in a million years.
In fact, it's been almost. It's been a week since we last did her voice.
Well,
Okay!
No!
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now.
I feel like every time you see Nagito, you just fucking
no way,
get so
girl.
excited. I don't know why do you get. You see the white boy, you fucking. You get so excited, brother. You jump off your
It's like-
chair every time. I don't know why do you just like. You just fucking like.
I have to become the. I have to.
That's how you get into
Become
character.
Yeah, that's how I get into character. I have to, because he's so happy to be here, but everyone hates him.
Me included.
Yeah, it's just I have to become that energy of I don't I'm completely oblivious to everyone's hatred.
Bro, I feel like just by every time you do
Bro's
that,
vibing.
my hatred for him goes up every time. It adds to it. Every time you go, like, hey,
Hey!
I don't know why. Every time he shows up, specifically because you do that, my anger.
Because you just the next word is Hajime.
Yep.
Hajime! Hajime.
If something, quote unquote, happens here, everyone of us except Nokomaru will die. What's so excited about that?
how about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn for?
You know, like that Kendrick Lamar song.
Hey Drake.
Will you... What are you steam from? Fiend.
There you go. You know, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, like my favorite card, my favorite type in Yu-Gi-Oh, Fiend. Anyway, you Fiend.
We're just throwing out references left and right, brother.
I be listening to that Travis Scott.
I sure hope they do play Fiend at this trial.
Fucking if Nagito goes to a mosh pit. Actually, no. The reason that fucking trampling that happened at Travis Scott's concert is because Nagito was there.
That would make sense.
But you'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then, let's go. Ikimasen.
I'm gonna do it!
Is that fucking Mickey Mouse?
It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Alright! Alright! Let's hurry up and get this over with.
Yeah, you're right. Databayo.
Alright! Let's go, girl.
Alright, let us commence forth.
What are you? A candle?
We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it.
Gotta get you!
I noticed our
I'm
lined
not
up
weird.
silhouettes kept getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. What does it mean, our lined up silhouettes? Like our shadows?
All of us, each of us on one step, lined up.
I still don't get it.
Ooh, is that yet? What is it?
And when everyone was inside,
Think about it from a cinematic angle. We're all lined up, the silhouette of us lined up, all of us, on the escalator,
yeah,
going
okay.
up.
But how would he see that?
Because he sees everyone from behind, so he just sees everyone's back of everyone's heads.
Yeah, but we're on an L escalator. We're moving at the same speed. We're not changing speed. Our perspective isn't changing because we're. If you said the outline of the eyelid was shrinking, but he was saying our silhouettes, but he's moving with them. So the silhouettes wouldn't be changing. If our shadows were getting smaller and smaller, or bigger and bigger, maybe. But like, that's not what he said. Bar for bar, word for word.
This man's tripping for real.
Our lined up silhouettes. Our, including his. So his.
Yo, what? All right. What is this? Just a Japanese translation error.
Well, they fucked up. They just fucked up. I don't know tell you whether. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper.
And deeper. And deeper. And deeper.
I wanted to send as far as it could go. It finally stopped. The elevator door slowly opened, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through the other side, eroding the branches of the darkness, and I walked into that place. Why does he keep giving the cinematic, like, fucking introduction to this? We've been here before.
This is a fucking dweeb, bro.
My, it feels pretty toothless to all these.
That's how I like my hair.
What? Two people just got killed at the same time. And Nekamaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekamaru not participating? Is he alive? You should have fight him.
No.
No. Why bother?
That's... What?
Well now.
Nani?
None. Now then, let's begin.
Yahoo!
It's the beginning of the long-awaited crash trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content.
The several-year wait.
And so, the curtain of the third class trial was about to open. Damn, that bitch kinda gone. Ibuku Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. This bitch.
This bitch
got me painer and painer. Just from looking at her, you never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with my hero's death. This bitch depressed. The person who killed those two is among us. Among Us?
Yo, what's that diabolical creature on the top right?
I don't know. I'm gonna cut him out in post. Someone cut him out in post. Replace him with fucking Mickey Mouse or something.
Why is he even there?
No, we gotta get out all the...
Penny?
What? Who?
Yeah, I'm playing.
Did you just say Kenny?
I said Penny.
Penny Parker?
I can see it.
Me when I see a red-haired person?
True. Yo, what's Ducky Wall there? You're black.
Reddit murder him out. He's alive, right?
Well, he's alive, but like he's not even here. Just like being mad mysterious.
None of these, 4 of these dudes aren't here, but only 3 of them are Reddit out for them. But
So none of them will be here.
What?
What?
Excuse me? Nagito?
Hmm?
What the fuck was that laugh? that
Sorry.
laugh. That laugh.
Sorry, I got
just me
possessed.
up.
Sorry, I got possessed a little bit. My fault.
You heard the word Nagito, and then it's like the fucking Green Goblin, the Winter Soldier fucking... he called to you. That laugh was... That came out of you so fast.
Sleep rage.
Sleep raging, bro. Oh god, wait. God, wait, give me a second. Longing, rusted, 17, daybreak, furnace, 9, benign, homecoming, 1, freight car. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must figure out, no matter the cost, for our sake, for our friend. Why is it all on me?
Why did both the heads with the black cup? The numbers missing. The numbers. What do they mean?
And so the third class trial as well. This is only the third trial. That's crazy. You know, you wanna know what Nagito's fucking Winter Soldier fucking words are? Hope, despair.
So what's in despair?
Hajime.
Hajime.
Okay.
Yo, the saber. Okay, stream over.
Stream over. Crazy.
Oh, this banger song.
Oh, we got no fucking skills. Open E handbook. We don't need that. Change difficulty? Nah. We don't have any skills. Are we supposed to have skills?
I don't even know. I don't remember how it's been so long. I'm out of my
comfort zone.
Out of my Danganronpa element. I don't remember what the fuck if you had skills. Oh god, this is
Now
gonna be
then,
hectic.
let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is.
It's been so long, I just see the
Vote for
fucking
who done
portrait
it.
of his dead face. It just took me out.
If you vote correctly, then only the black end
I like how
will
they made
receive
her
punishment.
fucking short.
Shorter,
The
yeah.
wrong
That's so fucking
person,
funny.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened,
Why are
and
they
that
black?
person will earn the right
What
to
do you mean by
leave
this?
this island. Oh well, who cares about
You
this
know
boring
why.
explanation? Let's get on with
You know,
it
despite
already.
making up 13% of the population.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Honestly, I'm hearing Nagito's actual voice. Your voice is just fits more in my head, John. I don't know why.
Because he's just more annoying.
It really makes me want to kill myself.
It makes you really want to hate him.
It really does. It makes me want to commit sewer slide.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time. Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that?
Everything. Empty head is crazy.
Right?
Listen
The
up.
head can't be
The
empty.
emptier your
That's what I'm
head,
saying.
the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Face shit.
I don't know if that's how that works, Chief. Ellipses.
Anyway,
You know what? I
we
mean, I
shouldn't
could,
proceed
I
with
see
the
the
trial
vision.
if those
I
who
get
can't
it.
participate in the arguments.
Why doesn't she sound like a
Since he's
Mickey
the
Mouse?
first witness, why don't we
Why her
have
voice
to
doesn't sound like
explain the
shit?
incident and the sequence of events?
Honestly, I voice her
Ben,
better.
Let's start with when we split into the
Kills you.
hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted
Bro,
of
this game
Nagito,
plays itself so
Ibuki,
crazy.
and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other
Yo, what
five
game
in the
with voice
motel
acting
team
is
were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on
Bro
the
sounds
day
so,
the incident happened.
so depressed. It's almost like his husband died in front of his eyes. It's kind of crazy, not gonna lie.
Mikon came by to wake me up. and
Well,
told
like,
me
who
that
died in front of
Monica
his eyes?
recovered
The
from
hus.
symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikon rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story. And then what did you do,
fuck up.
Hajime?
Shut the fuck up. That added nothing. That added nothing to the conversation. He's just glazing.
Sounding story.
He's just glazing.
I tried to stop them, of course.
You know what? I need a drink. I need to drink to that.
Yo, what's in the can?
I rushed out of the
Cyanide.
hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded.
Yo, can I
the
have
music video.
some?
Oh, it's all yours.
But it was
You gotta
too
sip
late.
it from it first.
Goddamn.
You got a waterfall?
I don't drink, but I feel like I should every time I. Why is he paused there?
Yeah, why is Hajime?
Every time I arrived,
every time
the person wearing the hemp bag
Nagito
on their head
speaks.
was
Honestly, that's
already
just
in
me.
the scene.
Every time Nagito speaks.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why am I sweating?
Why the motel?
Because it was close
The
to
motel
the music
hotel.
venue. And unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikon and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital.
Stop crying.
Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him.
I like how Monomi's just fucking
various
swinging in the
ways
background.
to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two, that
She's
Ibuki
only confusing
disappeared,
one person.
I had
It's
a
just
feeling
that
she was
fucker.
the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
I was like, why are they explaining the whole situation over again? But I forgot because they said these them two dudes didn't
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case
weren't
is.
there.
When
Yeah,
Hajime
in
left the music
context,
venue,
two
Makes
people
sense.
weren't there. Out of context,
They're just yapping.
Wait,
it's
how do
recap.
I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Nani?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. The story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously.
He's just trying to make.
So
He's
you
just
can
trying.
make us
I'm
ignore
gonna
what might be an inconvenient
You're just
truth to
capping.
you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Like his whole thing is he wants to bring hope to everyone, but he's fucking just tearing this shit apart.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
It's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito's the kind of guy who just confuses to make matters worse. Damn it! I should have listened to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Oh, I thought I was about to say cast trial over. Mikito. Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
All right, time to. You gotta understand all this shit.
Hajime's testimony is a lie. And the fact that Ibuki hung herself.
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
No.
Damn it! Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is
Because
a
I'm pretty
lie,
sure you could shoot the. I mean, not like shoot it, but like rape away the purple stuff to like do something. I don't know.
That would also be a lie.
How would you do that?
I don't think I can deny that possibility.
This is such a komodata.
Kotodama. But I think sure it's silent. I'm pretty sure is silencer supposed to be good.
After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
You're a little,
Did Hajime kill
hey, you
both
get a
of
little more
them?
time because of that. Right.
The fact that the bodies
Well,
were
Hajime's-
imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Oh, okay.
Wait, actually, wait a
I got
minute.
him. I got him. GG's got him.
Hey.
Hajime's
You know what?
testimony is clearly suspicious.
I really should have. You know.
That would also be. I don't think I can.
The fact that the bodies were
Alright.
means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Hajime's testimony. That would also be. I don't think I can. After all, why would Hajime?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both
Right,
of
you were
them?
literally the last person to see the
The
movie.
fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
God damn it.
Damn, you're kind of bad at
Hajime's
this.
testimony.
You must be the killer.
That would also be. I don't think I can. After all, why would Hajime? Well, obviously, did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that
Yeah, there you go.
no, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Objection.
Can counter.
Boy.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Oh, so you just wanted to start problems.
I knew that already.
Huh?
I'm just
Before the
causing problems on
incident,
purpose.
Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
I want him to die. Like, why did he do all that?
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first
That's
place.
what I'm saying.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
I mean,
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important.
It's definitely a long-winded
this
way
isn't
to
a game.
create a foundation for you to be trustworthy.
Time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway. Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the argument.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it
The
gonna be
one white
us?
woman.
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Is Monomi like? Is Monomi like actually? Is Monomi like actually just bad? Like kind of like does Monomi like Monokuma, or she's just like completely different?
She's not Morikuba. She just kind of sucks.
Okay.
She's just pathetic.
If the killer was hiding
And no one
inside
likes
the venue,
her.
we should obviously
She's just trying
doubt
her
the
best,
people
but
who
like
don't
she's
have
pathetic.
alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The club's inside the music venue. He could obviously think so, but is that really it? Okay, I think it has to do with the glob.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
I
they
wondered,
tried to keep
and I
us from getting
wondered.
in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a
You
bolt
know
to
me
lock
when I
the door.
don't silence the noise.
By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from
It
getting
could be
in.
from the inside or from the outside.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door?
Brother, we saw the stick.
That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in
But
front
the
of the
stick
door.
wasn't strong enough, wouldn't be strong enough to
Are
hold
you
it.
talking about the broken
Drumstick.
You can use that as a bolt.
To lock the door by doing that.
Bro, why are you
waited
so
till we
weak
got-
with the
and
with
suddenly
the
appeared. So they
with
look
the
like
silencing?
I've seen this in serial crime dramas.
You gotta mash that bitch.
It was showing up, but it kept just I wasn't.
No,
was still inside
it
the
did
music
show
venue.
up. It was
By locking the door
coming
from the
in,
inside.
but you were hitting the text.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I know. I tried to like.
You're a little
Wait a
stupid.
second. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
Either way, I was wrong. It was this one.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
Gummy or glue?
Glue.
I see! Semi-transparent glob. Must have been glue.
Because, yeah, gummy and gum wouldn't be able to hold the door
Yeah.
closed.
I think so too.
She does not sound like Mickey Mouse.
It had
You
a
know, so
furry
also she was
shell-like
able to
chewiness.
chew on it
And I
and
could smell
not
workshop
fucking
chemicals
die.
the moment
Yeah.
I put it in my mouth. Based on all that,
I'm certain it was glue.
She does look like a glue eater,
I
honestly.
didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one
That was
typically
terrible.
eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. Gluing it in the gaps of the closed door. It must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
Just poured Elmer's glue between the doorways.
Where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
It could still be y'all.
Both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Monokuma wrapped the noose around her neck.
Sit on a fence. I love
So,
fencing.
during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space.
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Monomi's a liberal.
Them damn liberals.
Unimaginable speed for a slow.
If they couldn't have done it while
Think
Hajime
all
was away
lives
from the
matter.
I bet you think them tariffs don't work either. These terrific Trump tariffs, they're gonna bring back the economy, make them.
They must have done it earlier than that.
It's so stupid.
But when Hajime got to the venue,
Monomi, what the
only
fuck is the
Ibuki's
streamer
body was there,
saying?
right?
Oh yes, 2022, right?
And when you went back
Yeah.
with everyone else, Hyoko's
Don't
body
you
was there
forget.
too, right?
Wait.
What tariffs? What tariffs?
Don't worry about that. It was promised to me 2,000 years ago.
But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Wallpaper.
Scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting of this music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. I'm going ghost.
It's oh god, we're playing shit.
What the fuck is this?
Oh fuck. Oh, it's gotta be wallpaper.
How do I?
I think you gotta slap. Oh, do you have to combine a bunch of and then there you go. Alright, now we got it's gonna be wallpaper. Find the A's. Woo, there, woo. Oh, find the other L. Boom. And then down, there. Wait, what? Wall wrapping? Is it wall? Oh, okay, there's paper. Okay, I was about to say. Give me a fucking A!
God. Fucking A.
You're letting the things collapse.
I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, I need an E now.
Now you need a hard R.
My favorite.
No, wallpaper! You have to think real hard about that.
Creative.
Part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
I had to think
Music
so
in
hard
the
about that.
storage room. There should have been
Oh,
black
that was the
wallpaper.
hardest
That's
I've
the
ever
same.
had to
There was also a tear along the edge
Think
of the
about
wallpaper.
fucking
wasn't there?
wallpaper.
Right. You
That wasn't
overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting, tear in the wallpaper.
You know,
See?
you would think in
It
a room
fits
with the most
perfectly.
talented people, you would understand that this thing is a wallpaper.
You see, here's the thing: there's the most
So
talented
the
people,
scrap
and they're
that was
all
caught on the
autistic.
baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
Also, these are the most talented people, and like
To answer that.
the only one with a practical talent is the nurse and the mechanic.
You know, I think with Haji, you know why Nagito probably is antagonistic to us?
Why?
Because if he has the power of luck, right?
Yeah.
He could just take a guess and get the killer every single time. So in order to stop that from happening, it's like, no, everyone has to die. Right?
But if you guys were exceptional enough to
I
identify
honestly,
that
I'm
scrap
not
of
really
paper,
sure why he's so
you can figure
antagonistic.
this out easily.
Or not even.
I don't think he's
He's
antagonistic. He has a weird brain thought.
Yeah. He just has a weird brain.
Like, I think his idea of hope is having everyone die together. The scrap of paper such that the timeline was part of that wallpaper I found to start. Is it connected to send appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the end should be clear. Alright, let's give this a try. I'm thinking again? What the fuck is this?
Oh, you got a surfboard.
Okay. What's the game that we played in like high school in the computer lab or whatever? It's like it's in cool math games. Oh.
Yeah. Little gray guy jumping.
Stupid. Why did Yoko's body suddenly appear in the crime scene?
I think it was hidden, right? Yeah. Bro, this is the first time I've done this. They don't give you a tutorial. That's crazy.
This is not the first time.
I sure hope. I would remember playing this game in remember it's 2022. It hasn't been that long to be last play this game.
Well, too bad. You forgot. Why? What did the killer use to hide her body?
Please, God, please. I save this.
Yo, imagine you could save that.
I think it's possible.
We just talked about wallpaper. What the fuck are you doing?
Because they bought a
Picking
new
up-
curtain in you know there was something. Trust me. Nagito noticed that there was like the curtain on the stage was different.
What the fuck is this skinny at? Question 3. How does the killer hide her body with the wallpaper?
They covered the pillar. Yeah, that would make the most sense, right?
Ooh.
It's all coming together.
See, me personally, when I go into my mind palace, that's what I imagine too.
Yeah, when you have to
Yoko's body was hidden
ask
before we
questions
found
to
it.
yourself, a tunnel appears and you dive in your logic.
When I have to remember something, I have to form every single word one by one.
It would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden
You have to you
No,
have
body
to
was
play like
already taped up and the
Minesweeper.
killer hid it, along
Your
with the
brain.
pillar using the...
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the
What kind
pillar,
of
the killer was able to
autism
create a
Hajime
slightly
has?
larger
I
pillar.
All
don't
of it.
even know.
That's yes.
The
So when
ultimate
I first
autism.
discovered
That's
Ibuki's
it. That's it.
Yoko's body was
That's why you can't
already
remember what it is.
He's got the super high level
However,
autism.
because it was concealed within a
Yeah.
slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Autism versus ADHD. It's Hajime versus Nagito.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
I love when
The
Nagito
baton lighting
looks at his
forms a
hand.
perfect
This is so
circle
true.
around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally
He looks
fits.
so fucked up and evil.
He does. He looks like the Green Goblin's time too.
Stickers just to make it look like that killer.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5?
Hey!
This game really does
Put
play
my
itself.
likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it.
I mean, I know this is a visual novel,
So
but
many
damn.
similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
I'm just so
Not
used to the
just that,
fucking Ace Attorney where we
but
have to
Hyoko
actually
getting
think.
taped up after her death
A bit.
We
matches the
have to
lion's
think-
death.
To think. It doesn't help that this is not a good trial. It's not a good case.
Crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie.
Here's the
Although
thing.
the
why is this
mutilated
not a
Tin
good
Man was omitted.
Did you not see how absurd this scenario started with a fucking disease?
But why
Made
did
up
the killer go to
disease?
all this
A double
trouble
murder?
in the first place?
Yeah,
Based on what we
I don't know.
know,
I
The
guess I
reason
like
the
the
killer
premise
chose
of
these
the
imitations isn't that difficult
suicide
to
double
figure
murder
out.
thing.
But it was a suicide double. It was a double murder off of a dumb disease that we just had a micro pandemic, and then it just immediately removed.
Yeah, that is stupid, but I guess it's the plot of the murder.
And also we haven't got to who's the killer yet and why they did it. We'll get to that in a bit.
I see.
We'll get to that.
The reason the
You're
killer
gonna love
imitated
this
two of the
one.
murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's
like-
body suggests that as
Oh
well.
yeah, like on top of that, like if you remember the previous case was mad tragic and shit.
Yeah, it was. It's
Like,
sad that we lost all the
like
footage,
that,
but
then I guess I'll
Yeah,
hear
like
about
bro,
the condition of
bro, Chris out here
Ibuki's
fell
body.
to his knees.
no, I was. Me and Tyler were shook.
It was a great trial. This is not gonna be that.
It doesn't help that it was my favorite character that died.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
What a jerk!
You want me to
What a
explain it to you?
jerkin'! I'm
If you don't understand
jerking
what
it.
I'm saying,
An even bigger jerk?
I'm so
Look,
an even bigger
Ibuki
jerk.
died because she hanged herself,
It's a lot of
right?
jerks off. This is a
That
jerk
means when
off,
she was
ain't it?
still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was killed. That would mean Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
What is going on right now?
Man,
I'm
he's being
confused.
annoying again.
I'm also confused. I'm not gonna lie to you.
First and foremost,
Both yapping.
you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed.
Yeah, because I think
How
there's blood,
can
right?
a low-class creature with no psychic abilities
he's
like
wearing
you
contacts?
know something like that?
He has to be wearing
Because
contacts,
she
right?
was doing something that's only possible
He
if her
probably is wearing
feet were on the
contacts.
floor.
It seems you suffer
You see,
from
if you
a
if you use your
delusion.
free time to talk with him,
You're one to
You
talk.
don't have free time.
well, yeah, actually, oh yeah, actually, I don't think we had free time because the motherfuckers we were in a pandemic.
Yeah.
We couldn't have free time. I knew something was off. I'm like, wait, why did you? It's another reason why this
died.
case kind of sucks.
Ibuki's feet
You don't
were
even
on
get
the
to
floor.
chill with your homies.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree
Consent.
with that.
I fucking forgot about it. Consent, you broke the shit with
Just as
consent.
Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Is this true?
But
Is
it's
this true?
Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye.
What the fuck is bro yapping about?
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest.
What do you
still reeks of
mean?
Lamb, Hajime
You know-
Hinata.
Son of a.
You know, it's not
That's
enough.
the son of a shepherd.
What the fuck? Like, you know, you may have the
I'm a son
facts.
of a shepherd, head boy.
Is that it, Ed boy? A shepherd dressed in Sunday's finest. Still reeks of lamb, Hajime.
You know, so I guess-
Ain't that me?
It is, but she was making a joke. You know the dude from Ed and Eddie?
Wow.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny? I can see him say that. That's something he would say. Head boy.
Does that mean
Ed
you have a
boy.
rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
It's not a good line.
Are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Is this point saying, how do we know Ibuki was on the floor? Just because her shoes have blood on them?
If I show you how serious I can get, I'll destroy everything.
You're
Yeah,
so
my
frightened, you
counter
can't even
argument
make a
vibes
sound.
and aura.
Seems you've realized our difference.
Counter argument, Adam Warlock.
Okay, do you have a counter argument? Do you have a rebuttal?
Adam Warlock.
We
starts
we
now.
have vibes.
Better entertain me to the fullest.
Nah, magic. With a K. I don't know how this works.
Oh,
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene.
I honestly forget.
There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
Oh, I think you just need to cut the shit up. I forget. Okay, so yeah,
You're
this.
saying the blood on
So this
Ibuki's
is just
feet belonged
they're
to
trying
Hiyoko?
to. Guys just trying to yap over
Impossible.
you, so you just like shut the fuck
Try
up.
to remember the crime scene.
Yeah, so you just like
There
cut
was no
his.
blood
Yeah,
on the
there you
floor.
go. And then you
Can't
use
step
the
on
right
blood that was
evidence
never there.
for the thing.
Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare?
What is it?
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
Just a see a nice nightmare.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was... You can't step on blood that was never there.
Or is it a different kind of cut? Let's
Just
see.
about 1 minute.
Oh.
Did you see a nice nightmare?
Did you see a nice nightmare?
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was... You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute.
Oh, that's where you just put...
Yep, it is.
You goofy bitch.
You're saying the blood on
Come on,
Ibuki's
it's
feet belonged
2002.
to...
You
Ha!
just...
Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to
There
cut
you go.
through those words.
I lost, you know, after Peko Pekoyama died 3 weeks ago, I lost my proof.
The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
It hasn't been the
Don't
same,
say
but...
such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do.
It's almost like it's been three years of doing that.
It's like 3 years.
The killer tried to hide Hyoko's body. They probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Miko, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the
Wow.
venue so it would screw with
Alert.
Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file, just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object. Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Only if you're
Can't
wrong.
you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
I
Hey,
couldn't tell you.
if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
The
Suicide.
Same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself.
I don't like that he just fucking spit bars. I don't like that he just spit hot fire at us.
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami. Why me?
So the question here is, if we were... You told us in the movie theater there's only one killer in this case, right? So it can't be a suicide.
Nagito, what do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well,
They want us to think it was a suicide
Hyoko's
because if they
dead.
vote for
I'm wondering
that,
if Ibuki was really
then
murdered.
it would lead off... It would,
For example,
you know...
it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
It would, like... It would be a red herring.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
Yeah, but her disease
But if
was just
Ibuki was
following
the killer,
orders.
she wouldn't
She was
have
just
been able
gullible.
to falsify
Yeah.
the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, That's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
And if she did kill Hyoko, why would she just kill herself, right? Why would she go through all the trouble of hiding the body as opposed to just killing herself?
Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad.
What?
Now I'm free to search
I'm
for the
glad
killer.
someone murdered 2 people.
What the heck? There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi.
Why does she look so mad?
Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
And the video Hajime saw was actually live?
How many cases are in this game, by the way?
Hajime see that video?
I gotta look up. Is it
Saw it at the
5
hospital,
or is it
right
4?
before Monokuma's morning
Let me
announcement.
think. Actually, no. Wait.
And I saw the body at the music venue.
No,
along
it
with
has to be.
Monokuma.
I think it's 5. Yeah.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before
I just remembered
Monokuma's
we're gonna have a
announcement.
very goofy 4th case and like an insane last
And
case.
since we established
So that
that
means at least 4
Hyoko was
people
killed
died.
before Ibuki,
After this case.
that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be wacky.
Then we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time.
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
What is her fucking ability again? The world's most talented fucking white woman? Like what?
She is
The
the
world's
ultimate
whitest woman?
princess. She is literally the ultimate princess. She's royalty. That's it.
That's it? She's the only princess in the world?
She's just the best at it. Literally. Oh, what's her character? I recall like she's like literally just
can
a
fool the
sheltered
sick
princess
people
from
like
a
Minakami,
country
right?
of some fuck off,
And what about
fuck
the
off
others?
land. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right before the morning announcement,
Which is why the perverted
I was
chef was
totally
trying
sleeping in my motel room.
to take advantage of that.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
She gave up so hard. Let's look at the evidence real quick.
Oh god, the game. Oh god, the internet is telling me that there's 6 trials actually in this game. Oh no.
That's fucked up. So that means
There's 6, but like, I think the last one's kind of like this game's gonna get a little crazy by the end. You don't need to worry about it. Don't worry, you'll ahead. my god, Metaphor is on sale.
Metaphor Fantasio?
Yeah. Whoa, it's $50 now. Oh my
We can
god.
exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the I was totally asleep.
I think everyone.
So everyone who stated,
What about you guys?
I was where I was
What about
supposed
you
to be.
guys?
My own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
and what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement.
What is Sonya's account? No, that's probably not it. For you, he goes. I think this one makes no sense.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be. My own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi,
No,
Makes
that's
sense.
wrong.
Oh no, counter.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
I know what Gundam. I know what fucking Toda's gonna say. I know what he's gonna say, and you know what he's gonna say.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Yep.
I
Okay.
accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
You gonna say something again? No.
Too much info.
It's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
it's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you
No,
guys
you don't.
so much.
You do not feel bad.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Who's trap? Are we gonna think again? Suspended? What?
What? Oh, okay. It's just an interview.
Intermission.
Hiya!
No.
Alright, back to voice acting.
What?
I said the whole line and I forgot I was mute.
That's so funny.
Why, hello there, Mon. The mothballs sure look tasty today.
Stop it! Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off mothballs.
And here's some cheese time.
What's that?
Now then, mon ami, appeal time starts now.
Appeal time?
Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss.
That's 99% your fault.
While you're whining, your time's already running out. So please, make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so.
That's too long! Just be a boring appeal!
Come on! If your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way.
Usami! Magical miracle girl! Usami! I'm a girl who's sweet like milk.
Gee, I thought a second robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
I'm gonna kill myself. What are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
That's just... Oh. Do you guys want to stop there or continue? Because are we almost done, you think?
I don't think
I'm
so.
Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
I think we're in a good spot to stop, probably.
Yeah?
I think so too.
This is a good stop point. It's just gonna.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Okay, mods.
Yeah, we did the intermission, so.
Okay, mods. It's time to stop.
Didn't save.
Alright.
It did save.
Yeah, he did. He saved before the...
You sure you saved?
I'm sure I saved.
You saved shit?
Well, we'll find out next week.
We'll find out next time. Danganronpa Z.
See, but you know what we gotta play. You know what we gotta play though.
Is that the shooter?
That's the ultimate summer camp.
Yes, sir.
I think it's Monopoly. I don't know.
We should never play that.
I don't know, man. You see that? Is that Nagito in the bottom left?
Nah, fuck him.
No, okay. You wanna fuck him?
No, hell no. Also, they gave that nigga. Wait, did they give that nigga abs? He just not. He just should not. He should not have muscles at all. That's an anemic.
Anemic little man.
Yeah.
Alright, fellas. It's time to press the stop stream button. Any last words for the near zero viewers at home?